Alright guys, so it's another day, another video complaining about Fortnite. Yes, I know at this point this is pretty much low-hanging fruit, but with all the recent changes that Fortnite has been making, I just want to talk about the current state of the game. Now, I wanted to make a video talking about this a couple weeks back when Fortnite removed the rarities for cosmetics, but there's plenty of other creators who was talking about it. But I honestly just didn't want to waste my time talking about it. But now with the most recent change that came from today's update, I do want to go ahead and address that now because I might as well, because if we're talking about the state of the game, that is something I want to touch up on just for a little bit. But yeah, let's talk about the recent change that Fortnite has made. So yesterday, Fortnite made this post on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm not calling it X, I'm calling it Twitter. I would never call it X. But they made this post saying, "We want emotes to be the source of good vibes, but a few, cough, take the L, cough, can sometimes feel a bit over confrontational. Tomorrow's update will introduce a new confrontational emote setting to toggle visibility on these emotes." And then if you go on the webpage, they give us more information about this setting. In April 23rd version 29.30 update, we're adding a new C confrontational emote setting so players can choose not to see certain emotes that are sometimes used in confrontational ways. Players who choose this will see a player using emote staying still with no emote sound. The C confrontational emote setting applies to 4 emotes: Laugh It Up, Take the L, Whip Crack, Make It Plantain. This new setting can be found under social privacy and will default to only show these emotes from friends in your party. You can change the setting anytime, so you can see these emotes from any player or not at all. Note this setting does not change the player's ability to use any emotes. Now this change, to no surprise, has been somewhat controversial in the Fortnite community, in which the overwhelming majority of players, including me, think that this change is absolutely stupid. Now some of you guys may think this change is good, and the argument I see from a lot of people is that, well, the emote is annoying, it promotes toxicity, and it's just an option for these players. It doesn't affect the players who use the emote, so it's not a big deal, right? And yes, that is true. If I use to take the L on somebody and they don't see it, there's no way I would know that they don't see it. But my issue with this change is this. What even is a confrontational emote? Like, what constitutes an emote being quote-unquote confrontational? Like, what the hell does that even mean? Is it an emote that people just find to be the most annoying? Like, yeah, getting donkey laughed on and getting hit by the take the L when you die, yeah, that's annoying, but I got news flash for you. Nobody likes getting fucking donkey laughed on. You find that emote annoying because it's supposed to be annoying. That was the whole point of the emote. What do you think people were supposed to do with the emote? I'll admit it, there have been a few instances where somebody uses a donkey laugh on me and I might have sent a message because it pissed me off. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, that's the whole point. It's supposed to rile you up, it's supposed to piss you off, but guess what? You get over it. It's a video game. Players are going to do that kind of shit. If somebody hits me with a take the L or donkey laugh, if I get rebooted or if I run into them again in another game, I'm going to do the same shit to them back. But what I'm not going to do is boohoo, whine, and cry about it and then disable it so I don't see it because it hurt my feelings. And I really don't understand why Make It Plantain and the Whip Crack emote are also considered confrontational. I saw comments saying that the reason why those emotes are also being disabled because people are using them to be racist. Like, they use the Make It Plantain emote and the Whip Crack emote whenever they eliminate a player who happens to be a so-called person of color or some shit, which is just oddly specific. I've been playing Fortnite for almost 7 years and I've never, ever, I don't think I've seen a single player use the Make It Plantain emote, let alone use it for derogatory reasons. I have the Whip Crack emote, but I've never used it to be racist towards so-called POC characters. Like, that seems like such an anomaly. There's probably like 0.0001% of players that ever use that emote that way, and they're gonna disable it for that reason. It just, I don't know, it just seems so bizarre to me. So now my question is, which emotes are gonna be next? Which emotes are they gonna add to the list? Because the toxicity is not gonna go anywhere just because you disable a few emotes. People are just gonna start using other emotes to annoy you with. So then what are they gonna do after that? They're gonna disable the clown emoji? Are they gonna disable the toilet paper emoji? Are they going to disable the dumpster fire spray? Are they going to disable the sad trombone emote? Are they going to disable the gritty? Are they going to disable the taco time emote because somebody decided to use the taco time on a so-called Hispanic character? Are they going to disable Booga's emote because people are going to claim that they're being sexually harassed in game when somebody comes up behind them and use the Booga emote? Like, how far is this gonna go? Like how far is this gonna go? Because you can make the argument that any emote that somebody uses to humiliate you after they eliminate you can be considered confrontational. Like, I get annoyed by almost any emote that I get hit by. It's like if somebody kills me and does the stupid Peter Griffin emote, that shit annoys me. Or somebody kills me and does the choo-choo train emote. Like, any emote in the game, could be considered confrontational by that standard. It's like, how are you so offended and impressed by a virtual character dancing on you that you need to disable it so you don't see it or hear it? Like, if you're seriously that hurt by it, like, at that point, you shouldn't be playing the game at that point. Like, you just can't even be playing the game. Like, yeah, it's annoying as shit, but that's part of the game. People are going to kill you and then emote on you. That's part of the game. They wouldn't have put those emotes in the game if that wasn't their intention. And then it sucks for the people who bought these emotes, because the whole point of buying these emotes is that you can showcase it for other people. Other people can see the things that you buy. And now they can just disable the emote because they get their feelings hurt when they see it. It's like, bruh. It's like, when did the Fortnite community become Charmin ultra soft? Like, this is... I don't know, man. It's just... I don't get it. But this all just comes down to the Disneyfication of Fortnite. It's like, ever since Donald Musk left, and ever since Disney bought a stake in Epic Games, it just seems like this game had just gone downhill. With all these dumb decisions to just completely turn the game into a shell of its former self, like the removal of the Rarity system for cosmetics. Another change that literally nobody asked for, and they most likely did it so they can arbitrarily raise the V-Buck prices for certain skins. Fortnite made a statement about how removing the Rarity system wouldn't change the prices of item shop cosmetics. Quote, "The change to remove color labeling from the shop items doesn't change our approach or the way we price things. We just want to simplify appearance of the Fortnite, locker shop, etc. and remove outdated battle royale inspired systems," end quote. Which is absolute BS. A Twitter account by the name of Archeops made an excellent post breaking down how what they said in that statement is just a complete lie. It goes as follows. This is a straight up lie. The whole thing is so transparent you can actually see through their strategy like glass. Before this update, we saw an emote that would normally be 200 to 300 priced at 500 instead, and a skin that would normally be 800 priced at 1200 instead, and we all found this suspicious. The individual Ninja Turtle skins came with their respective pickaxes and were only 1600 each, and considered epic rarity skins. Logic was 1500 skin plus 100 for the pickaxe. They waited until they removed rarities to drop the avatar collab and priced each skin at 2000. To contrast the prices and make it look normal, they brought back Galaxy Scout, again a skin that was arbitrarily given the legendary rarity and priced way too high to begin with, just because it was the second ever Galaxy skin, following the first one being exclusive and highly sought after, just to make it look like it's normal for a skin to be said that's expensive. This plot is so easy to read, it's not even funny. This really feels like a big fuck you from Epic, and then having them lie to our faces about it afterwards feels even worse. And he's absolutely spot on. They've been overpricing the hell out of their skins ever since they removed the rarity. I did buy the Avatar skins. I did buy the Avatar bundles because, you know, I'm a huge Avatar fan. I love Avatar to death. One of my favorite stories of all time. But even I'll admit, yeah, those skins were way too overpriced. The Katara and Zuko bundle costing 3200 V-Bucks. That price point is ridiculous considering what you get from that bundle. You only get 2 skins, a back bling for each of those skins, and a pickaxe for each of those skins, but that's not enough to justify its price. The skins are not reactive, they don't have edit styles. There have been so many other bundles that we've gotten in the past that give you way more bang for your buck, like the Invincible bundle. That bundle contained 3 skins with back blings for each of them, and it was only 2800 V-Bucks. The TMNT bundle, 4 skins plus a pickaxe and backbling for each of those skins, only 200 V-Bucks more than the Katara and Zuko bundle. Even the Guardians of the Galaxy pack, that pack is almost $30. And the typical price range for these packs is like the $15 to $17 range, maybe sometimes $20, because you're getting 3 skins and then a backbling and pickaxe for each of them. But the Guardians pack being almost double the price of what you usually get with these packs, it's absurd. And again, as Archeops pointed out, epic rarity skins that come with a pickaxe have always been consistently priced at 1600. Like Sasuke, for example. Like, again, each TMNT skin that's sold separately, each of them are 1600 V-Bucks a pop. But if you look at skin like Toph, she's 2000 V-Bucks. It's slimy, it's scummy. Clearly this is their way to try to scam people into giving them more money. That's the whole point. That's the reason why they're doing this. On top of it just being a slimy practice, it also just takes away the identity of Fortnite. Like, the skins having rarities to them is what gave them charm. Again, it also justified their price range, because typically if a skin came in a back bling or had an edit style of some sort, then it'd be considered rare. Came with a pickaxe, then it'd give you epic or legendary. And they've gotten better with their pricing, you know, over the years. Obviously, like back then, some of those skins had some crazy prices, like the Skull Trooper, for example. Like, if the Skull Trooper came out today, that shit would probably be uncommon. That shit is definitely not where they'd be an epic rarity by today's standards, but the rarity system was a good way to gauge, okay, what is the value of the skin? What is the skin worth? How much should it cost? But now you take that away, you can just arbitrarily give any price to any skin you want. Like, it could be a very simple, plain looking skin, no edit styles, no back bling, but then make it 1500. When under the old system, probably would have only been like 800. Like, the rarity system added reasonability to the prices of these cosmetics, but now that shit's gone. But again, on top of that, again, it just takes away the charm of the game. It just takes away what makes Fortnite what it is. And I've been saying this for a long time now. I've been saying this since chapter 2, that this game is losing its identity. I've been saying this for a long time. I mean, just look at the new UI and how bland and boring and how overly complicated it is now. The old UI we had before was perfect. I think it just didn't need to be changed. It was perfect. It was simple. You would select a preset. You can see your skin, back bling glider, emotes, your wraps, everything. You could just see everything there. Your lobby tracks, everything. You could just see it right there. It was so much easier to navigate, and it was just great. It was perfect. It didn't need to be changed. Now they just made it so much more complicated and just less convenient and less user friendly, because now you have a character tab, you have an emote tab, you have a wrap tab, you have a lobby tab. So you have to select your character preset, then you have to select your emote preset, then you have to select your wrap preset, then you have to select your lobby preset. It's like it's so complicated for no reason. And it requires more time and inputs, and you don't want that for your player base. You don't want to inconvenience your players. And now with the removal of the rarity system, it makes sorting outfits even harder. It makes it harder to find the outfits you want. Like, I'm struggling to find what outfit that I want to wear, because before I was sorted by rarity. That made it easier for me to find what outfit, what back bling I wanted to use, what pickaxe I wanted to use. Now I have to sort it by season, because I don't know the names of all the outfits, or I don't know the names of all the pickaxes I want to use, but I remember what season I got it in. It's like their attempt to simplify everything that just made it overly complicated. It's just pointless. I mean, just look at the font. It doesn't have the original Fortnite font anymore. It's just this generic looking font. And if you look at the map, even the map, the current chapter 5 map, in terms of the graphical detail and textures and whatnot, yeah, the game looks better than it's ever been. Like, there's no denying that at all. But compared to like the chapter 1 map, it's like the game just lost all of its character. The chapter 1 map felt more stylized, it felt more cartoony, but it felt like its own world. It felt like its own universe. It felt like it had its own identity. Every POI on the map felt different and unique. It had its own feel to it. Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, Greasy Grove, Salty Springs, Dusty Depot, Retail Row, Tomato Town, like all those POIs just felt unique and different. And now with the chapter 5 map, every POI feels the damn same. The geography of the map is boring to look at. Snooty Steps and Pleasant Piazza looks exactly the fucking same. Grand Glacier, Reckless, Classy, like none of these POIs are interesting to look at. All the buildings just look generic and regular and plain. It just doesn't have that Fortnite aesthetic to it. I don't look at that map and I think, yeah, this feels like Fortnite, because the game has completely lost its style. It doesn't have that artistic style that it used to have. I know I'm just rambling at this point, but all this to say is that the game just, it's not what it used to be, man. It's completely just become this corporatized, you know, we gotta appeal to every audience. We have to appeal to every single person ever in the world. We gotta be more than just a video game. We have to be a platform. Like, that's what this game has become. I mean, with the inclusion of things like Lego Fortnite and Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing, which, I mean, those modes are fun. They are fun. I love playing Festival. But even I can admit, like, this is clearly far from what the game was meant to be. This is cool. It's just completely just turned into something where it's just like, it's not even the same game anymore. It's just collaboration. We have to cater to everybody. We have to disable emotes. We have to have age ratings to certain cosmetics and certain creative maps. We're going to do another fucking Marvel season, which according to the leaked roadmap, we might actually be getting another Marvel themed season, which I don't understand why we're doing that again. Now, I'll admit that the Marvel season from chapter 2 was my personal favorite season of that chapter, but would I want that again? Absolutely not. We do not need another whole season based around one IP. We don't need that, especially when you have people who literally do not like the fact that Fortnite is locking certain, you know, collaboration skins behind battle passes, which I can agree, like, yeah, you shouldn't have to do that. Just release them in the item shop so that anybody can buy them, and then they can always come back and people can always get access to that, as opposed to locking it behind battle passes where people would never be able to earn those cosmetics ever again. Yeah, I think that's stupid. But yeah, man, I just do not like the state of the game right now. I just don't like what the game has become, and I don't like the direction that it's headed, because again, it's just a far cry from what the game used to be, what made the game what it is, and what drew people to the game. I mean, there's just so much about this game that's just, I mean, like the weapons, like they changed the weapons where they're no longer hit scan. Every weapon has bullet drop because they made the game feel more realistic. They had to change the movement animations, which, to be fair, like, I'm fine with the movement animations being what they are, like, because they are more realistic. But at the same time, like, in terms of building, for me, like, building with the new movement animation does not feel as smooth. It feels stiff. It doesn't feel the same. It feels slower. I mean, the lack of LTMs, because they want to focus more on the creative maps and stuff, but I mean, we used to have like fun LTMs, like snipers only, silence weapons only, close encounters, you know, the Wild West, the floor is lava, solid gold, 50v50. I remember the 14 days of Fortnite summer event from a few years ago. I think it was back in 2019, 2020, something like that. For 14 days, for 2 weeks, every single day, there was a new LTM. It's just things like that, man. It's small stuff. I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, you're just nitpicking, or you're just complaining about things that don't even matter. It's like, it's small stuff like this. All these small things have just led to the game just becoming, again, just worse, in my opinion. Just not what it used to be. It's led to this game corporatized, generic, just this empty shell of what the game used to be. It's lost its soul. That's what it doesn't have a soul anymore. There's nothing about the game that's making it stand out like it used to. Because of all these changes, like, they want to make the game appeal to literally everybody, and I think that just hurt the game. And I don't think that's always a good thing, to try to literally appeal to every single person, every single demographic, every single group. It just doesn't work. Like with the emote shit, it's like you want to appeal to like 0.0000001% of the community. So you just end up trying to fix a non-issue, and it just pisses everybody off because you're making this pointless change that literally nobody is complaining about. At this point, they're just going to create an option that disables emotes entirely, where you don't see anybody using emotes. And at that point, it's like, what's even the point of buying emotes? It's like, why even buy an emote if you have a bunch of fucking softies who are going to boo-hoo, want to cry about it because they got their feelings hurt after seeing a virtual character? Like, why even buy emotes at that point? It's just like, this game just has no soul anymore, man. Like, everything that made the game fun, everything that made the game unique, it's just gone, man. That's why I just say this is the Disneyfication of Fortnite, because anything that Disney touches, it destroys, bro. It ruins it. Burns it to the ground. And that's not even to say that Disney is entirely to blame, because a lot of these seeds were planted way before the mouse got his dirty little hands on the property. But I don't have any doubts that Disney has some influence on the current decisions that are being made for this game. There's just no way that they're not involved in some of these decisions, man. Like I said, man, I'm just rambling at this point because these are just my honest thoughts on what I feel the current state of the game is right now. Honestly, I'm just not happy with it. I want to go back to like the old, chapter 1, season 3, season 4 days, because that was for me, that was the peak of Fortnite. That's when Fortnite was at its best. I know that's unrealistic. I know that's never gonna happen. Those days are long gone. You have to move forward. But I'm just saying, at this point, it's like the game is just, I don't know. I'm still enjoying playing it because, just the core gameplay. I still love the core gameplay, but I'm just saying, at the same time, it's not the same game. It's just not recognizable anymore. And it worries me. I'm worried about what the game is going to look like, in a year from now. But that's pretty much all I really got to say, man. I know there's probably a few things that I left out, but like I said, I'm just rambling. It's just off the cuff, nothing scripted. Let me know what you guys think about the current state of Fortnite. If you disagree, that's totally fine. If you're someone who enjoys the current state of the game, that's fine. For me personally, and I felt this way again. I felt this way since chapter 2, ever since they added Deadpool in the season 2, chapter 2 battle pass. This game is clearly going in a direction where it's no longer going to be what it used to be. It's going to just completely just throw its soul away in order just to appeal to the most broad audience possible. And that's clearly what it's done. And I'm just not in favor of it. But say, if you enjoy that, that's fine. For me personally, I think that the game has lost its way, and I hope that sometime in the future they try to get back on the right track. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.